Hi there, this is Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. Sounds like my voice is going to be a little weird today. It's been a while since I filmed a video, and I've been thinking about it for a while. I've had a few people ask me when I was going to film, and so here I am. Today is Saturday, January 3rd already. Yeah, how can it already be January 3rd? I decided I'd start the new year off right by coming back with a video. I don't know if this will be a regular thing. I haven't decided yet. I had forgotten how much work it is to get ready for a video. And you're going to hear my dog walking around, so I apologize for that. I'm hoping he doesn't do any barking while I'm filming. Yeah, so I had forgotten how much work it is to get ready for a video, especially if you haven't done one for a while. So I'm not going to share with you everything I've done since my last video, which was in May. But I do have quite a bit of stuff to share with you. I did some advent stitching in the month of December. I fully finished several items since my last video and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm just going to get started. So thank you for watching. I hope that you like what you'll see and that you'll return. So the first thing I'm going to do is give some statistics for last year, for 2025. For the year of 2025, I had 38 new starts, which is ridiculous. I finished 52 items, which was very nice. I fully finished 38 items of my own and 13 for other people. And I abandoned 27 projects. I've been trying to really look at everything that I have and decide what I really want to keep, what is realistic and what is not. And if I pulled out some of my whips, and if I didn't really love them, then they went away. I started the year with 129 whips, and my goal was to get under 100 by the end of the year, and I managed that. I ended the year with 97. It would have been 96, but one of the things I was going to start January 1st, I ended up starting earlier. So in December, I'm part of the Salem area stitchers, and in December a few of us do what we call advent stitching, and we pick whatever number of projects we want and we stitch on them up until Christmas. And that's what I do. Everybody does their own thing. So I chose, sorry, my voice is weird. I chose 8 things to work on, and they're all either Christmas or winter. So I'll show you what I did on those. The first one I pulled out, this is a horrible picture, it's tiny. This is called Comet Reindeer Gnome. I don't know if I'll ever finish this guy. He's very cute, but he's also huge. So this is what he looks like. And I'm stitching him on an 18 count pink fabric that I dyed myself. And this is where he's at. So when I started this time, just some of this was done up here. So I did pretty much all of that. And this is where his face starts. This is pretty tall. This is going to be a big stitch. And it is very confetti heavy. So it doesn't go fast. And that's a little frustrating. So it was good I only worked on him for 3 days. So that was Comet Reindeer Gnome. I have a lot of stuff here to show. And I should have done that first and I could have got rid of it. Another one I pulled out is Silver Creek Samplers Give Greatly. I almost UFO'd this one, and then I pulled it out and decided I wanted to work on it. And when I started, when I started this time, I had his head done and this part of his hat. And I was working in his scarf. And I really enjoyed stitching on this. So I did the bunny, I did the rest of his body, and I started the sleigh. And I'm leaving him out because I want to finish him before Christmas. This is, I didn't pull the card. This is a 16 count Ada, probably by Be Stitch Me, and I do not know the name of it. I apologize. I forgot about some of the cards. Let's Give Greatly. Another one I pulled out. This one I thought would be a quick and easy stitch, and I might finish it in my 3 days, but I was wrong. This is Gingerbread Row by October House Fiber Arts. And all I've got done is this. Well, it's not even all the way done. This one house. Oh no, I've got two. Forgot. I did this one first. I think it's all the way done. Then I did this little tree, and then I started this. This house was no joke. So I still have one color left to do in there that's confetti, that I wanted to at least finish that house, and I didn't. I think I'm going to leave this one out too, and hopefully have it done by Christmas, because it should have been a quick and easy stitch, and it probably would have gone a lot faster without that one house. Another one, this one I do not have. Oh, and I didn't pull the card for that one either. So I can't tell you anything other than it looks like a 32 count fabric. If you want to know exactly any of these, let me know, and I will pull it and let you know. This one I don't have a picture. This was a stitch along with Satsuma Street, I think the year before last. And there were four parts to it. This is an Aida 16 or 18 count Aida that I dyed myself. I love how this turned out, and I tried to recreate it, and I don't know what I did, so I couldn't. So this is 4 different blocks. I finished 2 of them, and I have 2 to go, and I'm doing them all in a row. So that's block 1. There's block 2. Now block 3 I just barely started. It's got an owl and some trees. And I don't remember what's in block 4. This one is has a lot of half stitches, half crosses, and they look pretty, but I don't like stitching them. So I don't know if that's why. I don't know if that's what. It shouldn't still be languishing after this many years, because it's not that big of a stitch. The next one is Stony Creek, Believe Snow Friends banner. Can't even really get the whole thing in there. And I'm stuck, I think, on this guy. I kept making mistakes, and I finally put it away. It got its 3 days, but, and this is stitched on just, I think it's an 18 count Aida white. So this is how far I am. Yeah, this guy was giving me fits. I had to frog a bunch of this several times, and so it got put away. But this is, when I pulled it out, none of, I think this part of his hat was done, but none of the rest of his hat and this stuff down here I don't think was done. The 3 letters were done. I was going to finish up here and some stuff in here, but it uses a blending filament. I wasn't mentally prepared for that, so I didn't do that part yet. Believe Snow Friends banner. This one I was inspired by Carrie Evertotes, and I bought their kit. This is Christmas Bell sampler, and Carrie did a Roxy Floss conversion, and I thought I was really going to like it, and I'm not liking the colors, so I think I was going to just abandon it, but I do really like the stitch, so I am going to, I haven't gone that far. I think I'm going to keep the fabric. The fabric is beautiful, but I'm going to change the colors. And if I decide to just change the colors of the flowers, I might just frog it. And this fabric is it's a 36 count Highland Edinburgh linen. So it's a greenish. It's very pretty fabric. So that is Christmas Bells sampler. And then there is, this is a kit by Luca S. called the Owls. I thought these guys were very cute. I love owls anyway. So I have a kind of a small start on this. I don't know if I'm using the kit fabric. It looks like maybe I am. Because it's white Aida. And this is how far I am. This is the branch under 2 of the owls. This one was kind of fun to stitch. And then the last one of my Advent projects is Winter Friends Welcome. I'm stitching this because of Carolyn, Seasick Stitch. Thank you, Carolyn. And she stitched this. She took out Welcome Friends and just put trees across here. And I'm going to do that too. I think this is adorable. I just love it. And I saw hers when she had fully finished it. And it was amazing. And this is, I'm pretty sure, 32 count vintage, what do they call that? Vintage Blue Whisper. Got dog hair in it. This is how far I am. I think I've done all of his face. I need to finish his sweater, and then I moved over. I'm trying to get the border. This is fun to stitch on. And this Vintage Blue Whisper is one of my favorite colors of, for me that's a neutral, because I don't really like neutrals. Let's see. I'm going to move these back where they were and do what I should have done first. I have a bunch of things that I fully finished. So I will go back in time a little bit. This one, I don't remember when I finished some of these. This was maybe July. There's a 12-part series. That was annoying. Sorry for the top of my head. This is a 12-part series that is 12 different designers, and this was the May one. And this is a stand by Polka Dots and Paisleys. And then that's supposed to go on there. I knocked it off. So I finished this. I fringed the edges, and then this has magnets on the back. I'm not going to do all 12. I don't like all 12. I'm going to do July, which is patriotic, and maybe September. I'm not sure. My birthday's in September, and that's why I bought it. But it's a schoolhouse theme, so I'm not sure. And then I did this so that I can change them. This is called, the whole series might be called Feathered Friends. I didn't pull out the pattern, so I'm not sure what this one, it's just that it was May. And I think it was December House Stitchworks, maybe. This one is an Erin and Elizabeth design. I think it's called American Flag. And I fully finished it on a block. These are, it's stacked foam core board. And then I had those little pins from Just Another Button Company, I think. And I put two kinds of rickracks that are woven together. Star fabric on the back. I love this. This was a fun stitch doing this pattern. It's only got two colors. And I really like the variegation, and I don't remember the color. I really like the variegation of the red. And this is on a 14 count Aida. And then there is, this is Primrose Cottage Stitches, Hello Spring. And I finished this just like the pattern. I bought their kit. Everything is from the kit. I think even the finishing pieces are from the kit. And then I finished, trying not to have an avalanche. This is All Is Bright. This was Jingle Ball maybe a couple years ago by Hands On Design. I did not buy the kit. I don't remember what, this was not the called for fabric. And it's a 16, or maybe it's a 14 count Aida. It's just, I think it's one that I had dyed. And then this is a finishing board from Chantel's 141. I painted it. Made cording that has gold floss and white floss in it. So that's All Is Bright by Hands On Design. I just remembered I bought some foliage to put something here, and I have to figure out where I put it because that was a long time ago. Two more things that I finished sometime during the summer. This is Hands On Design called Stitch All the Things. This is a Chantel's 141 board. It's painted. I changed all the colors. I don't remember what the colors were, but they were not purple. I've never seen Kathy use purple, I don't think. And then this one is called Stitch Together, and this one I changed the colors for me and made them purple. I think they might be blue in the pattern. And this is a flat fold. And it's a 32 count Lugana, but I don't know what color. And then the rest of these things I finished in December. I did attend Jingle Ball only to go to 3 classes. The first one was hands-on design because she did this perforated paper needle book that I just loved. I wasn't going to do Jingle Ball and I saw this and I had to just for this. There's the inside and the back. I changed the colors. This is called perforated poinsettias, and the called for colors are all red. And then there's the 2 little ones on the top. And then she also gave, and I added a T in the middle that I found in a book that I have, because this one I didn't like. Where is it? This T was too wimpy for me. I wanted something more robust, so I found one in a book. And then for those who attended the class, Kathy also gave us a pattern that's a biscornu with these same poinsettias on it. So I will be stitching that in the same colors, provided that I wrote them down. Good question if I did or not. Let's see. This one's hard to show. This is from Just Cross Stitch 2023 Christmas Ornaments. You can't really see it. It's called Polar Night Sighting, and it's fully finished. And then, where are you? Oh, this is from the Blue Flower. I don't remember which year. This doesn't say. It's called Tall Treat, and it was in the ornament book from Jingle Ball a couple of years ago. And when I had my finishing business, I finished this twice for 2 different people, which made me want to stitch it. So here is mine. I think this giraffe is just so cute. I love his sweater. And then I stitched. So my goal last year was to stitch an ornament every month. I made it for several months, but I didn't make it to the end of the year. This is called Snow Deer. The designer is, oh, Karen, Fox and Rabbit. I didn't even realize that. Hard to see because, again, it's tiny. This is, I think, from the same magazine. And this is my finish. And this is a flat fold. This one I, measure twice, cut once. I measured, I wrote everything down, and I was doing 10 things. And first I write down the dimensions, and then I write down the border, the dimensions with the border that I want around the fabric. And then I go cut my chipboard, my mat board. Well, this one, I did 10 things. They were all written on one piece of paper. On this one, I didn't write a second set of numbers. So the chipboard is the exact same size as the piece, and I had to... So it doesn't look exactly like I wanted, but I still like it a lot. Got a little 20-25 charm on there. And then this guy, he's not Christmas, but I finished him at the same time. His name is Oscar, and he is by Finally a Farm Girl. I think he's adorable. Another flat fold. I like doing flat folds because they're easy to display. And I've got a 20-25 charm on there. This is, looks like a 14 count mystery blue Ada with white cording that I made, like this green fabric. And there were several things that I don't have because I gave them away. I finished the flamingos that I was working on as a gift for my sister. I finished 2 ornaments that were by Autumn Lane Stitchery. They were both from one pattern called Jolly Trio, a Christmas fox and a curious cat. I finished one called Gentle Noel that was from a Just Cross Stitch, and one called Joy from Just Cross Stitch. The only one I still have the paper for is this one, but that's not how I finished it. So I'm going to insert pictures in here of the ones that I no longer have. Along with my Advent stitching, I had a new start for Christmas Day, and it is Rejoice by Stony Creek. I'm going to see if there's a bigger picture inside here. What page are you on? Well, what's the matter with my eyes? Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. That's weird. They have a page that has a picture of everything on it. It's a little bit bigger. So this is Rejoice by Stony Creek. I wanted to get a really good start on it, and this stuff down here is a lot of half stitches. And as I mentioned, I don't like to do half stitches. So I was trying to decide if I was going to just do full stitches or if I was going to go with the half stitches, because it's stitched on a white linen that you can see through. And I don't want to have to carry stitches. I didn't get a very big start because I got sidetracked by that. So this is how far I am. Really, it's only border. I only got border done. So this is a 30, or yeah, I think a 32 count white linen. I don't know who it's by. So I only worked on the border because I got a little discouraged. And then I ended up with another new start accidentally. I went to buy a pattern. I went to look for a pattern, a particular pattern, and I found this one and fell in love with it. So this is by Little Dove Designs, and it's called Snowflakes. It says, like snowflakes, we're all different in our own beautiful way. And I just fell in love with this. So I started it, and it got way more work than my Rejoice. This is Vintage Blue Whisper, 32 count, and very annoying. So the border is not quite done. I still need to put, there's some green that goes in there. And then all the main stitching is done in this top, and it's got a bunch of snowflakes. But, as I said, this is Vintage Blue Whisper. Do you see any modeling on there? No, Vintage Blue Whisper is a printed fabric. The modeling is on the back. I didn't realize it until I had all those trees done. I had all of this and these done. So this is just plain blue. It's not going to be Vintage Blue Whisper. It's just blue. So those were my two new starts for Christmas. And then a little bit about my plans for 2026. There's a couple of things that I want to do. One is Heaven and Earth Designs came up with a, they have a sale every year. I think this is the third year. And those are big, full coverage. They are cropped, so they're not quite as big, but they're still big. And last year, none of them spoke to me, so I didn't have to. The year before, wow, that picture, that's really crooked. I need to fix it. Sorry, sidetrack. The year before, I thought I loved one until I started stitching on it, and then I didn't. Part of my problem with Heaven and Earth Designs is I've been trying to stitch them on 25 count, and I don't like to stitch on 25 count. So there's one I fell in love with this time. It's called The Wise and the Brave. Hopefully the glare won't be too bad. Yeah, isn't that adorable? The colors are brighter in person. And I love owls, and that little bird is so cute. So the one thing I did wrong with this is I started in the upper left corner. I should have started in the middle. Then I could have been working on either one of you guys, these guys. But I started up here. So I've worked my way down and I'm heading towards this little bird. I am 1.2% done is all. And here's where I am. The little bird is right over here somewhere. I need to do some more stitching. I didn't get easy grid because I had a whole bunch of 18 count. And using Pattern Keeper, I don't really need easy grid because I wouldn't travel way to another part of the fabric anyway and need the grid to count. So this is my Wise and the Brave, and I'm really enjoying stitching on this. The other thing that I'm going to work on is, because this is the 250th anniversary of our country, I'm going to work on patriotic this year, at least the beginning of the year. I'm not sure how far I'll get. I just buried that. So I have Lady of the Flag and Queen of Freedom that were both started, and I wanted to pull out a small. I'm going to call this small-ish. I'm stitching this on 40 count Jackalope by Lappin Loops. There are two patterns that go together. There's one called Stars that's by Plum Street Samplers, and this is And Stripes, and this is by Shakespeare's Peddler. So I'm working on this. And when I pulled this out the other night, all I had done was this frame for the roof. I hadn't done the gold, but I had done the blue. I was stitching my way down. So when I pulled it out, I stitched this and then started filling in, and then decided I wanted to move down even farther. So I stitched this, which took me way down here. And you can't see, I've stitched a bunch of white on here. So I really love this. And it's 40 count. I haven't had to use readers since I got new glasses earlier in the year, but I had to get out my readers for this 40 count because I can see it, but it's a struggle. And as soon as I put on the readers, I didn't have any trouble. So here is Lady of the Flag is a 32 count even weave that's called Dark Sand, and it is from XG Designs. So this is what she looks like. I already had this before they came out, before the thing came out where you can get them. And I should have taken this off. This is where I'm starting. I haven't started yet for this year, but this is going up and down. This is right. Well, this is the start of the flag. The flag goes this way. I saw this stitched, and I should have looked at his name. I don't remember his name. I saw this fully finished by somebody on YouTube, and it was on this fabric, and with the gold, all the gold in it, I just really liked it. So I contacted XG Designs and asked her, and she made the fabric for me. I've ordered from her a couple of times, and each time I wanted something that she didn't have in her shop. And she's in a different part of the world from me, but each time she answered me like within a couple of hours, and the fabric shipped the next day. It was amazing both times. So I will continue to go to her whenever I want something special. This is Queen of Freedom. She has a much smaller start. She is stitched on 32 count Lugana in Winter Blues by Bestitch Me. And I don't know which way is up. I think it's this way. This is beautiful fabric too. This is a much smaller start. Isn't this fabric pretty? So I'll be working on all three of these. I have to figure out what kind of rotation I want, because I have other things I'm stitching too. I am doing Whip Go this year, and the two numbers that were called for January, those two whips of mine are huge. So the first one, oh, it's trying to get away. Come back here. The first one is a full coverage. It's just on 18 count easy grid in white, and it's in this book. So I don't know how to take something from a book and get it into Pattern Keeper, so I've just been what are the pages I was working on? I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Oh, I can't tell. There should be a page. Oh, maybe it's in the bag. There should be a page that's all marked up. My husband used to have macaws. He loves big birds. I think this is beautiful. I hope to finish this someday, but it has 9 pages. And I keep having stuff in my way. I am this far done with page 1. This is the outline of page 1. So I took this to actually a Creative Memories retreat a few years ago, and this is all I worked on for 3 days, and this is how far I got. So I would really love to finish this, but this year, my full coverage I'm going to work on is the Wise and the Brave. For WIPCO, I think there's a total of 9 items, but some of them are on 3 times. This one is on 3 times for 3 days each. And this one is 2. This is the other one that was pulled. It was called, this is my chatelaine. It is called the Holland Springtime Garden Mandala. And I think it is beautiful. This is what it looks like. Hard to see. Each of these little parts is a different scene. I'm working in there. So I've worked 2 days. Where's my board? I worked 2 days on this one so far this time, and when I pulled it out, this is it's 32 count. I can't remember what. Lugana. I didn't pull out the card. But when I pulled this out, I had most of this part done, but I had to do the last row all the way around. And then since then I've done all of these parts. There's a lot of stitching to do inside here. I am over in this block. And because this is a mandala, which means avalanche, a lot of it is the same all the way around. I have to be careful because it's easy to pick it up and stitch it wrong. So I have this little string right here that tells me that's the top. So I love stitching on this. I started on New Year's Day like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've only got it out a couple of times, and I don't know why, because it's beautiful and it's fun to stitch on. When it gets this big, when it has to come out of this frame, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might get a scroll frame because it'll have to have beads too, and you can't do beads in a Q-snap. So I'll probably get a scroll frame, but I'm a long way from that. So that's all the stitching that I've done in the last month. And one of my other plans for the new year is a few of us in the Salem area stitchers are going to work on this together this year. My Stitching Album by Jeanette Douglas. Oh, it's got glare either way. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me see. So this is a picture of the front cover. And then I want to look for a picture. She had people finish them 3 different ways. This is the inside of one of them. And so this is 8, I think it's 8 different samplers that you stitch, and you're learning new stitches. And this has been out, I don't know how long, but long enough that by the time I found out about it, Jeanette Douglas was at Acorns and Threads last year, and I took her class. By the time I found out about this, only a few of the thread packs were available. So I got the ones that were available. There was one for each page. Here's another page. This page is called, what's this page called? So I got the ones that were available, and I'm stitching from stash for the rest of them. I have a ton of floss. Each page has a lot. Hungarian Harmony Sampler. That's what this one is. This is one of them. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So there's several of us in our stitch group that are going to work on those. And let's see, do I have other plans? Plans. I want to continue trying to stitch one ornament each month, or at least finish a small, and I have a few smalls to work on. And so I was pulling out patterns this morning, and here's a few that this is the first one I'm going to do. This will be my January one. This guy is adorable, and that's so cute. And he's bigger than I thought. He is 68 by 63. So that's, and I like the round frame that he's in. This is by Happy X Craft, which I've never heard of. And this is the brand new Just Cross Stitch magazine. So he's the first one I'm going to do. This is January. And then I bought this pattern off of Etsy a couple years ago, and I've been wanting to stitch it. This is adorable. It's called Christmas Pie, and it's in a little tart tin. So this will be number 2. This one is Shannon Christine Designs. It's a tiny one. It's called Gingerbread House Small. It's only 30 by 30, so it'll be tiny depending on what count. Oh, that's the pattern, sorry. Depending on what count I stitch it on. And this is a free one from Hands On Design called Slay All Day. There is no picture, so. This one I've had around a long time. This is Shannon Christine Designs. I just think he's adorable. This is not an ornament. And he is about 30 by 30. Yeah. He's a little hedgehog. So I want to do him. And this is in Just Cross Stitch Spring of 2025, which I did something out of here already, I think. Oh, I forgot to show you one of my finishes. And I think it's in this magazine. Is it in this magazine? Where did I put it? Still there. They usually have a page at the back that has all of the Nope, he's not in this one. Okay. Anyway, this is spring of 2025, and this is called Be Unique. Isn't that adorable? I think he's so cute. So cute. So those are things for the immediate future that I'm going to start. This is the one that I forgot to show. This is called Love is Patient. It's from Just Cross Stitch. Just Cross Stitch. Winter 2024. And it's stitched, I didn't write the fabric down. It's by Annie Craft of Dirty Annie's. And it is, it's vintage smoky white. I think 14 count Ada. This is a Chantel's 141 board. When I have the finishes that are big enough, I put the card in an envelope on the back so it stays with the piece. So I painted this. I have some greenery to put in here. I added this cute little cat charm and the year. When I saw this, I just thought it was adorable. I changed some of the colors. I didn't like all the colors in the magazine. So that's Love is Patient. That was a sidetrack. So where's my list? So I think that's all of my stitching. I think. Oh, Pinwis, Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit at Acorns and Threads puts on. I didn't get to go last year because of life. Life happened for much of the year. And it was very disappointing that I didn't get to go. This year is Acorns and Threads 30th anniversary, and they have a lot of fun stuff going on. So of course there's Pinwis, which is in September. It has moved up a week or two. It's Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to do my best to be able to go to that. Erica Michaels and Michelle Inc. have a class in April that I've already signed up for. Hands On Design is coming to Portland, and I want to get into her class. Hopefully I'll make it. And I don't know what else they have going on. They have a bunch of stuff going on for their 30th anniversary, but there's going to be 3 designers at Pinwist this year. And the interesting thing is 2 of them were at the very first one I went to 3 years ago. It's the Blue Flower, Jeanette McGowan, and Lindy Stitches, Stephanie Webb. And then the third one is Plum Street Samplers. So that's why I pulled out the Plum Street it's not Plum Street Samplers though. Ha! That was why I pulled out the Ann Stripes, because I wanted to finish a Plum Street Sampler. Now I'm going to have to rethink that and see what I have that's been started that's a Plum Street Sampler. I want to take finishes for the brag table. And the Blue Flower, I have several things I've finished. You can see right here? That's from Jingle Ball the year before. It's her, I can't remember what its name is, Forest Friends or something like that. And it's a fun finish. So I could take that. I've also done a few of her Seasons of the Heart patterns. And Lindy Stitches, what I have finished is this elephant. I think that's the only one of hers. Is that the only one? Might be the only one of hers that I've finished. But I have one that's called Bathing in the Asters. It's a cat that I want to finish that. So those are some other plans that I have for this year. I'm trying to figure out how to work everything in that I want to work on, because it is a lot. And a lot of these things I'm working on are huge projects. So we'll see how all that goes. So I think I already said this. I apologize for repeating myself. That's all for the stitching. And I want to show you a few cards that I made. I've gotten back into card making. And I didn't finish my Christmas cards by Christmas. So the ones I mailed out were from last year. And I also didn't have enough to send to everybody I wanted to, because I just didn't. So here's 2 of the Christmas cards that I finished after Christmas. These little penguins are adorable. And then there's the inside. These are by Gina K Designs. And she has this machine. It's right there. It's a foiling machine, and then, I don't know if you can see the sparkle in the background. This is foil, so you use that machine and foil. And this one is also, this is all by Gina K Designs. This is one that I finished. This is a larger card, 5x7. These were a lot of fun to make. And then I needed a birthday card for my sister. So I made this one. I made 2. This is done with stenciling. This only stamping is that the words. No, I stamped on the inside. And I always stamp my little doodad on the back. But this was so much fun. This is all stenciling. And I did the envelope too. I'm really getting into the stenciling thing. And so if you are somebody that in 2024, I said, if you want me to send you a birthday, a Christmas card, send me your information and I will send it to you. I totally failed in 2025 and I apologize. I am going to do better in 2026. I already have plans for that. This one's going to go in the mail to somebody. Except I'm going to have to put a label over that pretty envelope to send this one in the mail. So I'm going to be back on track this year for mailing cards, because I love making cards and I love sharing cards, and I need to get back to it. I think later today I'm going to make a card. I watched a video last night that's made with the supplies that I have, and it's a beautiful, beautiful card that's got 2 butterflies on it. And so I'm going to be making that today, maybe, might be tomorrow, because I have a huge mess I got to clean up and some other stuff to do. So I think that's it for me. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I don't know what. It was a lot. And I've stopped the video a couple times, so I don't know how long I've been filming. So I want to thank all my friends who kept asking me when I was going to film another video. Every time I saw Carolyn Zook, she would say something. I had someone reach out to me that I didn't even know who missed my videos, and she has her own channel also, and she is Wendy's Whimsical Stitches. So thank you, Wendy, for reaching out to me. That was very sweet. And it was time. Good way to start the new year. So that's it for now, I think. And that light, I don't know if I moved the camera or if the light moved, because the light, yeah, I think, anyway, sorry. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked what you saw and that you'll return. And Happy New Year and happy stitching. Bye for now.